Blackbeard's Ghost was not necessarily the film I was expecting, but in a really good way. This is a Disney film from 1968. It's directed by Robert Stevenson, and it tells the story of this track coach who accidentally brings to life or brings back the ghost of Blackbeard. And I have to say, the character of Blackbeard is absolutely brilliant. He's played by Peter Ustinov, and he's so likable. He has so many negative qualities, and his attitudes to things are not very helpful a lot of the time, but he is brilliant, and I just loved watching him. I was curious how they'd do the ghost, but to be honest, I think they made the right decision in just making him look like a regular actor, a regular person. He doesn't look ghostly. The only thing that's different is that Steve is the only person who can see him. Steve is played by Dean Jones, and people see Steve, talking to himself, where obviously the viewer knows he's talking to Blackbeard, and it's pretty good fun. How is he going to get rid of Blackbeard's ghost? I won't say any more than that. I really don't want to give away too much because I really thoroughly recommend it. We also have a narrative revolving around this hotel that needs to raise a lot of money. This hotel is actually run by the ancestors of Blackbeard, and it does need to bring up a lot of money. Are they going to be able to get that money? I think the two narratives tie together really nicely. I think Steve as a character is very likable, and as I said, Blackbeard's ghost is also a very likable character in a kind of weird, endearing, charming way. It's very well shot. There are, times when we can see Blackbeard and other people on screen, and it must be so tempting to look at Blackbeard when he talks or make a noise, but obviously they can't see him. And I just think everybody's performances were really good. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a pretty decent length. It's over an hour and a half, which for a Disney film of this time, or any film from around this time, is pretty good. And I felt like the pacing was really good. It got to the point really, really quickly, which I think works really well. I love that Blackbeard was confused about modern conveniences such as the car, because he's obviously been lying. Does a ghost lie dormant? You know what I mean. He wasn't brought back for a long time, so there were a lot of things he'd never seen before, and it was really interesting to see him reacting to these things. It's really good fun. It's really interesting, and I was pleased with the way the narratives developed. Everything was really fascinating to watch. Definitely one that I really thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm not usually a big fan of pirate films, so when I saw the title I thought, okay, well, I'll watch it because I'm watching every Disney film, but I don't expect to love it. But actually, I really did. That's not to say it's one of my new favourite films. I probably wouldn't watch it again, at least not in a hurry, but I enjoyed the time I spent watching it, and definitely do recommend it. Oh, and we also have Suzanne Pleshette in this, who I think is brilliant. So, great casting, great performances, really fun narrative. Definitely a film that's worth checking out.